first of all, congratulations on the reboot of Gossip Girl, HBO Max. Tell me, how did this all come to be?
Josh and Stephanie, who created the first one, they had been sort of trying for a couple years to try to find a new way to do it again, and they weren't sure that they had found a way, and they decided that they were like, if we're going to do this, we're only going to do this with Josh Safran, so they came to me. And I really felt like the only way to do it moving forward is to really acknowledge how much time has changed stuff in the world of social media. They were very on board with that, and then it just kind of came together so fast because of that.
So we know that Kristen Bell is going to be reprising her role. How is social media going to affect what she did then versus what she's doing now?
Well, because there's a spoiler alert, except it's been 7 years, so people should know. But we know that she was the voice of Dan Humphrey as Gossip Girl. So moving forward, Kristen's just the voice of Gossip Girl. So nothing really has changed except for maybe who is Gossip Girl behind her voice.
Absolutely. And so are we going to be seeing, you think, any other OG cast members, whether they are just passing by, a quick reference?
I can't say because we haven't gotten that far along, but I would say that I can't imagine we won't.
Okay. And what do we think that all of this time between the original and now is going to do for teenagers in high school in New York City? Like, what does that look like now versus what it did then?
Well, for starters, you can have 1 million Instagram followers as a junior in high school, and you definitely could not have had that 12 years ago. And I think also college is less important than it was the first time around. We had a lot of our characters vying for getting to Yale or getting to all of their colleges. It's sad to say, but I can't say that it's necessarily where everyone's endpoint is after high school. Okay. When you are rich and successful, a lot of these kids have their own brands already, or their own jobs, or their own huge careers as models or artists or actors or influencers, and so I think that really changes things.
So is it safe to say that this might even be a more superficial version than it was to begin with, given, social media is such a big part of the show?
Yeah, I wouldn't attach a judgment to it, but I would say that I think it is looking at how people use social media today in a very different way than they did 12 years ago.
Yeah. And I know you have another project, a soundtrack on Netflix. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's sort of a show about all the different types of love in our lives, from love of our partners, love of our parents, love of our children, our career, and it looks at a very disparate group of people in Los Angeles in contemporary times, and it's a musical, and it's kind of unlike any musical that I think has ever been on television, which sounds really selfish to say, but I really think it's very unique.